What began as a standard late-night interview spiraled into one of the most explosive moments in broadcast history. Eddie Murphy, one of the most beloved comedic icons in Hollywood, stepped onto the stage of Jimmy Kimmel Live expecting the usual laughs, nostalgia, and friendly banter. Instead, he walked into a firestorm of bitterness and resentment that had been simmering beneath the surface for years. The moment Eddie entered, something felt off. The applause was enthusiastic, but Jimmy's demeanor was off-kilter. The charm was gone. His smiley tight. His tone cold. "Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Murphy," Jimmy announced, but the energy was off. The band leader looked toward the booth, confused. Eddie, unaware of the trap, smiled and waved, his confidence undimmed as he took his seat. Then Jimmy pounced. "So Eddie," he began, leaning back with a smirk, "do you ever get tired of living off your past glory? I mean, when was the last time you did something actually relevant?" The laughter died instantly. The air went still. Eddie blinked. His grin faded. Then, composed, he replied, "I think my recent work speaks for itself. I've been fortunate to do projects that connect with people." Jimmy scoffed. "Connected? Eddie, your last 3 movies went straight to streaming." "That's not connecting. That's desperation." Gasps rippled through the studio. Camera operators looked to the booth. This wasn't in the pre-show rundown. Eddie shifted slightly, still calm. "I'm not sure where this is coming from, Jimmy. I came here to talk about the work, not trade shots. If you've got a personal issue, maybe we should handle it off camera." "Oh no," Jimmy said, voice rising. "Right here is perfect. See, I've wanted to say this for a long time. Watching someone coast for decades while real comedians grind every night to it gets old." Eddie leaned forward, the smile completely gone. "You think I coasted? I've been doing this since you were watching cartoons. I created characters and moments that still matter today." "What exactly are you trying to prove here?" Jimmy stood up. "That there's a difference between being a legend and acting like one. You've been coasting on Beverly Hills Cop and Coming to America for years. You forgot what it means to earn a laugh." Eddie stood too, the tension peaking. "This isn't about my career. This is about you. You're trying to make a name for yourself by dragging me through the mud." Jimmy's tone turned venomous. "You earned your place here 30 years ago. What have you done since? Voice donkeys in kids' movies?" That hit hard. Eddie's eyes narrowed. "You want to talk about earned respect? Let's talk about how you got this show. The politics, the deals, the names you stepped over. Don't act like you climbed your way up clean." Jimmy moved in closer, nearly nose to nose. "At least I show up every night and work. I don't hide behind old characters helping people still laugh." Eddie's voice dropped. "I'm still funny. I don't need to tear people down to prove it. That's what insecure people do." Suddenly, the room was frozen. Crew members didn't know whether to cut or keep rolling. The warm-up comic had quietly left the stage. "You think I'm insecure?" Jimmy snapped. "I'm not the one with an entourage and publicists to keep the illusion alive." "When was the last time you did stand-up, Eddie?" "Real stand-up." Eddie stared. "I don't need to prove anything to you." "Then why'd you block my career in 2003? Jimmy fired back. "Why'd you make sure I never got my comedy special?" Eddie's face twisted in confusion. "What the hell are you talking about?" Jimmy's voice cracked. "The Paramount deal. You made a call. You told them I wasn't ready." "I never blocked anyone's special," Eddie said slowly. "That's not how I operate. That's not even how this business works." "Jimmy, pacing now, my agent told me," said there were concerns. "Concerns that came from you." Eddie shook his head. "That's not true. It's a story you made up to explain why something didn't work out." "You crushed my shot," Jimmy seethed. "You think I forgot? You think I forgave?" Eddie's expression softened into pity. "I think you built your pain around a lie. I never stopped your career. But maybe the thought that I did gave you something to hold on to." "You think this is my fault?" Jimmy yelled. "You ever have doors slammed shut for no reason? Opportunities vanish? You ever wonder if someone powerful killed your future?" Eddie's calm finally broke. Don't ever think I didn't face rejection. I was a 19-year-old black kid trying to break into a world that didn't want me. Nothing was handed to me. Spare me, Jimmy sneered. Once you made it, you became a gatekeeper. You kept people like me out. People like you? Eddie asked. You mean people who blame everyone but themselves? Who carry grudges because their career didn't match their expectations? Jimmy slammed his fist on the desk. I fought for everything I have, and now you're wasting it, Eddie said sharply. You're using your show to settle old, imaginary scores. Jimmy exploded. Imaginary? My struggles are imaginary? I think your perception is, Eddie replied. You cast me as the villain in a story that's only ever existed in your head. The silence that followed was suffocating. Jimmy's hands trembled. His voice cracked again. Get out. Eddie stared. You're serious? Get out of my studio. This interview is over. Eddie rose slowly. You invited me. You ambushed me. Now you're throwing me out. My show. My rules. Eddie looked at the cameras. I apologize to the viewers. This isn't what I came here for. Sometimes, a person carries pain so long they forget how to feel anything else. And sometimes, all you can do is walk away. He turned to Jimmy one last time. I hope you find what you're looking for. But you won't find it by dragging others down. As Eddie walked off stage, security flanking him, the band sat frozen, instruments untouched. The audience didn't clap. They didn't cheer. They barely breathed. Jimmy returned to his desk, hands shaking, face flushed with rage and something that might have been shame. He looked into the camera. That's what happens when someone thinks they're above accountability, he muttered. But the words landed with a thud. The studio lights dimmed. The cameras pulled away. There would be no coming back from this.